We should never be seeking an unbalanced love in our relationships. I'm saying this because I've heard the convoluted narrative way too many times from a lot of women speaking to other women saying, hey, the best relationships work when your man loves you way more than you love him, right? It's like the safe way of making sure you get taken care of and that you make sure that that man is there for you and invested and doesn't start to go left on you and do something that hurts you or whatever. Because the idea is that as the woman, you're there for the right reasons. You're invested the right way, right? And you're there to be with that man and create this great bond and relationship. But a lot of times men are not fully invested and they're playing around, still playing the field on the side, or they're being dishonest, all these things. But whenever they love you more than you love them, then it keeps them engaged to make sure they always feel like you're the prize in their life, right? And makes sure they're always standing 10 toes down to make sure you don't go anywhere because they love you so much. And then the other side of the idea is you get to keep the wits about yourself a little bit better. Like you love them enough to where you make sure you're doing your partner relationship to help nurture that bond, but you don't love them too much to where you lose yourself in him. And then you wind up, putting yourself out there to get hurt in a really vulnerable position that backfires on you. Right. But this is the most unhealthy framework of perception of how to approach love that I've ever heard. Well, maybe not the most, but it's not good. Right. And why do I say this? You should never seek out an unbalanced love relationship. Right. Because when you do that, what you're really doing is trying to compensate for fear that you have within yourself. Right. Insecurities, doubts, concerns. You're going in from a negatively framed mindset, trying to produce a positive, healthy relationship. It does not work. Are there some men and women out there in a relationship dynamic to where the man is head over heels for her and she loves him enough, but not as much as he does? Yeah, absolutely. And are they happy? Potentially they are, right? But here's the thing. Here's why it's unhealthy in that mix. Now, if there wasn't their intent to be this way, okay, that's just the way the relationship came to be. But if it was the intent, then now, yes, on her end, she's trying to compensate and accommodate for the fears and insecurities of possibly having a man that's not there investing to her fully. But it also prevents her from being able to love fully. You want to be head over heels about your partner, right? So she's robbing herself of the fullness of what she wants to have in a partner and that fantasy-like reality that is very possible if you pick the right partner. And she's settling for, well, I love him enough. Who wants to love someone enough, right? The whole point of a relationship is for someone to come in and help take your life from a 10 to 1,000. You can't be on 1,000 if you just love them enough, right? You have to be head over heels for them as well, like they are for you. And for the man in the equation, he is coming in an unhealthy way because now he's most likely going to be in a position to always feel like he's trying to prove himself. He's always trying to, make sure he's always worthy of keeping her in his life, to where the investment piece is less about him just being so overly into her and committed that he's, 10 toes down doing things he should be doing. And the sum of his part of it is, I don't want to lose her. It's a fear-based mentality, right? It's, I don't want the possible chance that she walks out of my life. So maybe make sure I stay on top of my game. Maybe make sure I just pour so much into her. And because she doesn't love him as much in return, he's always feeling this need to keep stepping up because he's not getting that itch scratch fully to where he feels like, oh, she's head over heels for me like I am for her. Because the idea is if he does get that perception, that he might start slacking off and reeling back, right? It's an unhealthy means of trying to get very healthy results. You should always seek a relationship where both of you love each other equally, right? That is the goal. Now, there's no measuring stick, right? It's possible your partner might be head over heels for you and you're head over heels for them, but they love you just a little bit more than you love them. Okay, that's fine. But do not ever shoot for someone that loves you way more than you love them, to where you get to rob yourself of loving fully, and you put them in a position of always trying to prove something, which gets tiresome and it can lead to resentment at some point, and them never feel like they're truly enough. If you need help learning how to attract the right partner so you can love head over heels for them and they do the same for you and you can love equally, DM me coaching and we will get to work. Let's get it.